a couple of days of living what it would be like to have an easy breezy life, but don't worry, we're back off track and we have DPD to thank for it. I ordered some clothes. I treated my fine ass to some new clothing from boohoo.com. And what I didn't realise was when you give your address to DPD, rather than follow that address, what they, I'm assuming, do instead is they look at the parcel and they decide where they think the parcel should end up. Which is like crazy to me. I didn't know that's how they worked. But obviously they looked at my parcel and my address and they were like, I'm just not feeling it. I'm looking at the bag, I'm looking at the flat, and I just think no. So I'm just going to deliver it somewhere else instead. So lo and behold, stuck to their word. What they did was they delivered to a unknown address. And then what they also did was send me a picture. And they were like, how cute does this look? I'm not going to tell you what the flat is or where the flat is, but this is where your parcel is because I think it looked nice here. Have a good day. So what I then did is I spent the last God knows how long looking on Google Maps at buildings and places that match the little bit of tiling that you can see that my parcel is sat on. I then drove around the neighbourhood. I went into one block of flats, met with an extremely unhelpful old woman who I was like, excuse me, would you please be able to help me? And she said no. And I said, okay, rude. I'm just going to tell you my scenario anyway. And I was like, can you just see whether this front door matches any of the blocks in this building? And she goes, no, I'm blind. I know for a fact she was lying. She was wearing glasses the size of my TV. So I know she was being a bitch. So I drove off. Then I saw a woman driving into a gated community. So what do you do as a very civilized citizen? I snuck in. Luckily I did. And I was like, excuse me, do you recognize this front door? She was like, yes. That looks like our block of flats. I was like, oh my God. She messaged her block. She was like, let me give you my number. I was like, oh my God, you saint! Thank you so much. Home stretch to me trying on my boohoo shit. Get home, she texted me and she was like, I'm really sorry, no one's seen it. I then messaged DPD and I was like, guys, you dropped my parcel at the wrong address and it's missing. And they said, thank you so much for your feedback. Yeah, cheers. Appreciate it. We'll use it in training in future. Okay. So that's it. Is the fight then over? What do we do? Well, just accept the fact that it's ironic that the company you bought it from is from Boohoo and that's how you're feeling.